Russia's elite Akhmat special forces haven't exactly been impressing anyone with their defense of Kursk. Even Russian mill bloggers are calling them out. But when you see the antics that their commander-in-chief has been up to, well, you'll probably understand why they're not exactly in a hurry to lay down their lives for Russia. I'm Paul, U.S. Army combat veteran. Let's talk about this absolutely stupid story. This is, of course, in this war, that if there's a dumb story, Kadyrov can't be far behind. Chechens' strongman leader is showing off a Tesla Cybertruck, which he's equipped with a gun turret. Now, he posted on Telegram saying, "We received a Cybertruck from the respected Elon Musk." Now, I want to point something out. First off, due to the level of sanction against Russian entities and against Kadyrov in particular, he shouldn't be able to buy this. And more curious is why or how this vehicle ended up in the hands of someone who is subject to significant U.S. sanction. Again, was it through a shell company? And if he did get it literally from Elon Musk, it's a huge problem because this dude is on a terror list. So Elon Musk, if he did know that he was giving this Cybertruck to Kadyrov, it would actually be a massive problem given that Elon Musk's other company, SpaceX, has large, substantial U.S. government contracts. And boy, howdy, if you're supporting human rights abusers or sanctioned terrorists, you don't get to win government contracts. Just a little fun fact there. Of course, Kadyrov praised the Cybertruck, happy to test the new technology, he says, and personally saw it is not by chance that it is called the Cyber Beast. A real and invulnerable and fast animal, he said. Of course, Kadyrov posted a video of himself driving the vehicle fitted with a gun turret around the grounds of the presidential palace, likely defending it from any deep strike Ukrainian troops, right? Defending it, of course, from his presidential palace, as is the norm for Russian leadership. At one point in the video, right, of course, he had a black hood and a big, cool ammo belt. But he said, soon the Cybertruck will be sent to the battlefield of Ukraine. He said, I'm sure this beast will be of great use to our soldiers. He then invited Elon Musk to come to Russia. Again, seems pretty fraught to have the level of U.S. government contract that he receives, and then if he were to attend. Again, common sense and lawyers should tell Elon Musk that he should stay as far away from noted human rights abuser and U.S. sanctions list all-star Kadyrov. But man, I never discount the ability of rich people to be unbelievably stupid. Now, we got some video of Kadyrov driving this thing around Chechnya. As you can see, he's just having a blast, all right? And I want to point some things out. First off, the presidential palace is not that big, and this car is built like a sedan. Now, you may note that the aid that the U.S. provides to Russia in the form of things like MRAPs, those turrets are armored. They protect the gunner. This is not. So at most, it could be used for like a behind-the-lines ferrying, but given the fact that it is $100,000 and it fulfills the same battlefield role as a golf cart, well, you see the problem. Right? Of course, you've got this Cybertruck. You've got Kadyrov driving it around. Oh, here he is. Look at this. Look at this cool guy. Again, you may notice some things. First and foremost, that while this is a Cord, it's a 50 cal ish. It's roughly a Soviet equivalent to a U.S. like 50 cal. But he's got this ammo draped across him. It's very dramatic. One of the things you should know about Kadyrov is that he is both a consummate showman. He loves to do some tough guy shit, including claiming that he made his teenage boys execute Ukrainian prisoners, which is both somehow a war crime and child abuse, which is honestly kind of an impressive trifecta. But you could see playing dress up costumes is just Kadyrov's MO, right? And he loves talking about how great it is and how cool he is. Of course, again, bear in mind, guys, peel back the layers. You may think, the Cybertruck. Perhaps it is well constructed. One, it is very expensive. Two, despite claiming to be bulletproof, I have yet to see evidence that a Cybertruck can resist even small amounts of shrapnel. Three, the unprotected turret is a huge problem. but mostly it costs $100,000 to fulfill a battlefield role similar to a golf cart, right? Again, it is really worse than a golf cart, in fact, because you have to spend a lot of time charging it. It takes to charge quickly. It needs a Tesla charging station, and something tells me that Kursk Oblast is not exactly a hub of Tesla charging stations. I wonder if I could actually look this up, right? Tesla charging station map, Russia. I wonder if this thing exists. Oh my God. Okay. Tesla Superchargers Europe, Tesla.com, has this site for us. Let's see what it's got. Tesla Supercharger map. Oh, amigos. Oh, man. That Cybertruck is going to get exactly one charge based on this map here. Again, this is the kind of brilliant stuff that we're seeing Kadyrov operate with. Boy, that thing is going to have to drive for 45 minutes and then sit and get charged for 8 hours. Truly a fearsome tool of the battlefield. Now, let's talk about why. I mean, you can imagine seeing shit like that. It's really going to motivate you to lay down your life for Kursk Oblast, right? Seeing this unbelievably foolish cosplayer. But before we talk about that, let's talk about the fact that maybe you need to charge yourself up. Well, luckily, you don't have to look for a non-existent charging station or spend 8 hours. Well, I guess you gotta have to if you want to sleep. But if you need a little bit of an extra boost, right? You don't need to put a gun turret on your fucking pickup. Instead, just get some Strike Gum. Strike Gum, 90 milligrams caffeine in every piece, 100 milligrams of alpha GPC. Guys, you can't beat this. Inspired by my time in Afghanistan, when if I wanted caffeine on a patrol, I had to drink a Rip It. The military issue energy drinks, guys. It was a war crime itself. And so I created Strike Gum. Refreshing mint flavor, 0 sugar, so there's no sugar crash. And each individual piece contains all of the caffeine of an energy drink. But here's the thing. It's not for kids, but I know it's back to school season. Everybody thinks about those kids back to school season. But I'm thinking about you guys. That's why we have a back to school sale. So that when you need caffeine to get your kids out the door, to navigate going 2 miles an hour when you have to pass a school zone. For some reason, nobody takes a bus anymore, right? There's always a traffic jam in front of schools. Back to school season's hard on everybody. So we got some Strike Gum sale for you. The 5-packs, you order 2 of them, free shipping, 2 or more. So that means if you order 3 5-packs, the equivalent of 1 15-pack tray, after the free shipping kicks in, it's going to be cheaper. It is cheaper to get 3 5-packs than to get a tray. So if you're somebody who's like, yo, I've wanted some new Strike Gum, but I've been waiting for the sale. This is the sale, guys. This is it. So check the link in the description. There's a promo code. It's Strike BTS for back to school. Get it? The link's in the description. Just look down there. It's there. You can't miss it. Okay. Now, let's talk about Kadyrov's elite soldiers. Kadyrov himself has never served in the military. He rose to power in his country through a ruthless campaign of being born to his dad. His dad died, and then he took over. So, a classic Nepo baby. Again, lay down your lives for a Nepo baby, dudes. This is like, I'm trying to even think of a good example. This is like laying down your life for one of the Kardashians' kids. You're just like, what are we even doing? But of course, Russian special forces halt advancement of Ukrainian troops in Kursk. Note the date here. This date was August 11th, so a week ago. You may note that in that subsequent week, Ukraine's done some advancing. They did not, in fact, halt the advancements. But when you look at the source, you realize why you should take it with a grain of salt. Russia's Akhmat Special Forces unit halted the advancement of Ukrainian forces in the Kursk region despite Kiev's attempts to expand their incursion, according to the commander himself, Abdi Abdinulov. He said, all along the perimeter, little asterisks here, where Akhmat are, the enemy is basically stopped. And it basically is doing some work here. The enemy is making desperate attempts to break through the area where we are located, he said on Telegram. Again, there's some words here that are carrying some real work. All along the perimeter, where we are. The other places we're not responsible. Then maybe the enemy's going to break through there. And the enemy is basically stopped. Right? Basically stopped. Again, we know the week later, the enemy was not basically stopped. Right? But We know this because the Akhmat guys not been looking great. For example, Kadyrov's troops were actually purportedly captured by Ukraine after attempting to flee. And of course, Ukraine going out of their way to embarrass the guy. Of course, dozens of fighters loyal to Kadyrov have been captured by Ukrainian forces in Kursk. And even Abdi Abdelinov said, quote, "Our people died. That's a fact. The enemy has entered several settlements. Talk about an about face. Yikes." And he said, Chechen special forces have been in Kursk Oblast since April. So, man, you guys had months to prepare defenses and you did nothing. Posted some TikToks, I'm sure. Right? Of course, Ukraine is happy to get Kadyrov's fighters because Kadyrov's guys, he seems to pull out all the stops to get him back. So they will definitely be priority number one on the prisoner swap. They said, actually, Ukraine captured up to 30 people in a military courtyard, just kind of chilling, Ukraine said. Ukraine was like, yo, dude, we found these Chechens, and they were literally just like chilling, smoking and joking, as we would say in the military. They said that this was a Ukrainian raid group who found these Kadyrovites, right? Kadyrovitsky, Kadyrov's personal Akhmat guys, deep in the rear. And again, they were attempting to escape to avoid being captured, allegedly by Ukrainian special forces. This is probably hype. The chest of the fighters did not even resist. Again, they're in the rear, they're smoking and joking. It's probably for the best that they just surrender. Of course, Ukraine couldn't resist taking a dig at them, saying, quote, "If they had defended the border and not hidden behind conscripts, Ukraine's breakthrough would have been impossible." Whoops. And of course, even the Russian mill bloggers are responding to these rumors. Kadyrov's troops are actually being roasted by Russia's own mill bloggers who are saying that they should have been prepared. They should have been doing something, right? Of course, the Kadyrovitsky saying, "We captured so much NATO stuff. Our military is so effective." Again, a lot of war bloggers. One Russian war blogger saying, quote, "At least 15 Akhmat fighters were injured in the Kornivo district alone. All of them, quote, dispersed," which is a sarcastic way of saying ran away, "during the first strikes by Ukrainian armed forces and then advanced deeper into the district." This is a telegram affiliated with the Russian intelligence services. Yeesh. Right? Another pro-war blogger said Russian conscripts bore the brunt of the initial assault, while Kadyrov's, quote, TikTok battalions didn't make it to Ukrainian captivity because they literally stood aside and just let the Ukrainians through, right? Of course, some of the mill bloggers were even less kind, given the fact the majority of Kadyrov's forces are Muslim, making snide comments about building mosques in Moscow, right? And, of course, Aladinov saying that all the videos of those Chechen surrenderings, they're deep fakes, guys. They're totally deep fakes. Well, maybe that's true. Anyway, guys, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content that I'm putting out here. I'm trying to cover all the aspects of this absolutely bananas conflict, and it really makes a difference, all right? When you subscribe, it's free, and it tells YouTube that I make content that is legitimate, right? That I'm not a pro-Russian shill. I'm not some AI account, and there's a lot now. So huge thank you, of course, to the Colonel tier members like Martin Baum, Chris Rossi, Stuart Abel, Daniel Brown, Sergei Zenchenko, Chris Holmes, Chris Gorsuch, as well as all of our Lieutenant tier members. Could not do this without you guys. And I'll see you over there on combatvetnews.com. Cheers.